using them more efficiently than what he's doing. He's just basically throwing units away. Now, he did accumulate a decent amount of roaches that probably could run down here and take me out, but I come down here not only to kill this overlord. You want to kill overlords if you can, but also to see if there's any type of expansion. I did have one zealot just in case, and here comes the counterattack with his roaches. I do block most of them off. Allows me to get my zealots in here. There's a little opening right up here on the side. Now, this is the power of the force field. For the most part, I should have been dead a long time ago, but force fielding that allowed me to live at least a little bit longer, to kill a little bit more. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have even came over here for the fact that, you know, could easily counterattack and, well, I ended up losing my entire army. So, as you can see now, we're almost about even in terms of units lost. Yeah, it gave me, like I said, time to harvester up, get more harvesters, so I can get more of an economy on. Now he's going to try for a counterattack right here, and I do see the Zerglings are mainly off out in the front there. Unfortunately, stalkers get caught up front, but the good thing is these guys are trying to run away. They're not really attacking. Now they start to attack, and I end up killing them much more than I should have. Again, the power of the force field, if used properly, can actually turn a tide of a battle either way, in your favor or actually against you too. If you block your own units and you have zealots here, then they might just potentially get shot, and that will be detrimental to your army as well. Now he's banked on 2,300, 2,000 or 2,000 some odd minerals. The problem with that is you know, he should probably go ahead and maybe get another expansion. He's got the minerals to do so. It's the reason why he's still on the back burner with spending all of his money, is that I've been keeping up the pressure, trying to keep him contained, things of that nature. Now in the production tab, you do see him getting an Evo chamber to get upgrades and another hatchery. At the same time, I'm going to get thermal lance and get some Colossus out to start doing some work to the roaches and things of that nature. If you got Colossus and you combine them with sentries for their force field protection, you can do pretty well for yourself, especially if you catch, you know, Zerg players in choke points, things of that nature. You know, you block half their army and your Colossus stays alive, yet it just roasts anything it can. Supply count, looking at 98 to 137, so he's way ahead of me in terms of overall supply. And you look at it, it's mainly harvesters. That's a lot of harvesters, 73 to 45. If this went much further, yeah, he would definitely out incoming, no question about it. But as you can see, this queen's not even injecting larvae like it should. Now he's going to try and get these spine crawlers down his defense, but you know, I'm going to come in here and get him before they pop. Move, shoot, that's what you want to do, just so that you get much more damage. I know he's going to come in for a counterattack, so I move over here to the ramp, allow me to get a little bit of concave. I let half the roaches in, leave the other half back. He tries to focus fire my Colossus down, which allows my stalkers to run around and shoot. And then as you can see, I didn't lose much of anything out there. And then I'm going to come over here and do more damage to his units. He can re-engage for some reason. This time I'm actually able to block him off. And then again, he tries to go for the Colossus, so I pull him back. He wants the Colossus in the back of your base. And at the same time, as you are now getting in here and doing some work to the roaches. So not only did he lose his entire army, but his expansion fell. And you're looking at almost double the total resources lost than I have. Like I said, you just got to be, you know, more efficient with your units. Don't just throw them away. Good thing about playing Zerg though is that usually you can resupply yourself pretty quick, you know, and things of that nature. Now, if you look at the overall army size, we're about even. We got 122 to 116. He's still on 2 bases. I'm on 2 bases. It should be about time that I, you know, decide to go for a third base. But I do decide to drone up a little bit to get a couple more probes, get more econ going before I actually decide to grab another base. Now, APM, he's staying at about 115, so he's keeping up as best as he can. I'm only at about 70 here. But again, don't focus strictly on your APM guys. You might miss some things. Don't look at a replay and say, hey, I messed up because of my APM. It's not always the case. Now, I am trying to get up here, but unfortunately I don't have as much as I thought I did. So the sentry's not doing nearly as well as I would hope. getting a couple of attacks in. You can your stalkers back, or your Colossus back. You can see that guy's got 12 kills, that guy's got 3 kills. And he's going to move in. Now I'm going to force field him at the ramp. And make it so I just cut him off in half. He's trying to go for my Colossus 1.1. But going back to the APM thing. Yeah, if you're able to, you know, keep up, you know, make new buildings, moving around, stuff of that nature, do so. But don't strictly focus on it. It's not a direct depiction of skill. If you focus so hardly on it that you might miss up something, miss building an upgrade or a building or something. Now it looks like he's going to feel a little ballsy and decide to move out. We have about 1 1/3 pages of roaches here against my army right here, which actually is a lot better. Now I catch his units off guard and didn't pay attention to them, so of course I was able to roast a couple of them before he was able to back away. Income looking, he's only about 9 ahead of me. I'm deciding to back up, of course, to try to prevent any type of Zergling run by, things of that nature. But army size, he's already macroed up again, back to 153, 125. That just shows the power of Zerg players. Good Zerg players, especially if you have multiple bases and you let them have them, they'll go out of control. Even though I've killed way more than he's done me, he's able to macro up a lot more of an army just because he's keeping up with his larvae, injecting larvae, and getting new bases. Now I do actually have 1 attack on my units, and so does he. I decided to move out and shoot off the force in front. Not too good on the force fields. I do only have actually 1 sentry here at the moment, which I do realize, and decide to get a couple more. I don't have Zealot legs at the moment. I would definitely suggest people to upgrade Zealot legs because they may basically just double the effectiveness of the Zealots, able to charge in there and do a lot more damage. Now he does actually have 4 bases up going. This one's completely mined out, as opposed to, as also mine's completely mined out, and I'm on 2 bases. I got most of my harvesters down here. It's probably way oversaturated, but I'd rather get this one fully mined out so that, because I can easily protect this base a little easier. Army size now is showing about 169 to 171, and he actually does start to go for infestation pits. So usually when you see infestation pits, you can either think about them going to a hive tech, or in this case, he's getting neuroparasite. Neuroparasite can be very good against Protoss. You mind control these Colossus, and these Colossus will just start roasting their own people. Now I do actually have the observer, of course, scouting, and I did scout yet again that he posted that he dropped down a hatchery here. So I'm going to commence the attack one more time to try to take this out. And of course he's going to try to come in here in a little bit and try to counter me. Now I moved my units over here so that I can possibly move up the ramp if I need to, or have a little more play to do so. Now he does send, of course, my force field, block half of his army off, and he does get 1 kill with a fungal growther. For those that don't know, fungal growth does damage, additional damage to army units now, but also makes it so that you can't move your units that are fungal growth. So they have to just stay there and do absolutely nothing. And they can shoot, I guess, if things are in range. And I'm just trying to try to push the attack. I know I have him outmatched when it comes to the army count. So I'm just like, I'm just going to move in here and attack him to try to go for my Colossus. He does end up sniping. Oh, does actually not end up sniping that 1 Colossus. He ended up losing a lot more units than he should have because he tried to move the back line to pick out my Colossus. Another thing, keep them in the back, like I keep saying. If you're able to do so, and they try to focus him down like that, it will not work for him. Looking at the units lost, he's almost, he's over 2 times the total than I am. And here he does the little rant on force field. He says, force field has the most annoying something ability in the game. You guys can read that word yourself. But, I agree with him. You know, if done properly, force fields are really good. But, you know, you can also screw yourself up because of that. And then he tries to counterattack with his roaches, and one of my Colossus are attacking him. I don't know, who told you that? Yeah, I probably should have come around and attack, but I didn't. It happened. I could try to go for the Colossus one more time. And he's talking about just barely even on 3 bases. And not really. I basically got this fully saturated there, so I did okay. He gets a little pissed off about the sentries, and you know what? If in a good player, you know, if you use your sentries properly, you have vision, it'll work to your advantage. But in the same token, you know, if he decided to, when I was going over here, attack my bases instead of just coming over here to die, it might have worked in his favor as well. 25,000 minerals lost to just about 10,000, so he did 2.5 times. I did 2.5 times more damage in terms of units than he did. So I was a little more efficient. Kept them at bay. If you're playing Zerg players, keep them at bay. Do not let them expand, and it should work out for you. I appreciate you guys watching, and look forward to the next time. Peace out.